Good afternoon, Jets Nation. Welcome to the Jets Show. It's Week 13. This week we have an AFC-NFC matchup between the New York Jets and the Minnesota Vikings. So can Mike White power this offense to another win? Let's go ahead and talk about it. So starting off on the offensive side of things, because I'm legally obligated to talk about them first after Mike White's dominant performance over the Chicago Bears last week. He completed 22 of his 28 passes for 315 yards and 3 touchdowns. Now sure, you can say Mike White only played a good game because the Chicago Bears defense is bad. Well, if he only plays good against bad defenses, then why can't he play good against the Minnesota Vikings? Because their defense is not very good. They actually allow the most passing yards per game with 276. Stopping the pass is something Minnesota does not do a very good job of. And actually, one of their starting quarterbacks, Andrew Booth, just had a season-ending surgery. So they're weak at the position, and with Mike White coming into town with this high-powered passing attack, we should see the New York Jets throw the football really well in this game. And for those who are worried about Minnesota's pass rush, personally, I'm not very worried. They do have the 13th most sacks in the NFL with 29, so they've done a solid job of getting to the quarterback. And Zadarius Smith actually has the 8th most sacks in the NFL with 9.5. But Mike White throws quick. The routes are going to get developed because Minnesota does not have a good passing defense. He's going to have open receivers to throw to, and we know he can get rid of the ball quick, so I feel like he does exactly that in this game. And for those who want to know what's running the football is going to look like in this game, personally, I don't feel like we run it too much. I mean, it is going to be an option for the New York Jets, obviously, and Minnesota does have the 15th best run defense in the NFL. They allow around 114 yards a game. It's nothing crazy, and we are going to probably be without Michael Carter this week. He has a low ankle sprain, did not practice on Wednesday. So Bam Knight, Ty Johnson, and maybe James Robinson are going to be leading the way for the New York Jets, and it's going to be really interesting to see how Bam Knight plays in this game, because if Carter doesn't play, he's probably going to be getting his first ever start. Let's see how he handles all that pressure. I mean, he played good against the Chicago Bears last week. So now let's see how he does against a bit of a better run-stopping defense. So I feel comfortable that the New York Jets are able to get things going through the pass and are able to put some points on the board. But can the defense stop the Minnesota Vikings offense, which is led by the best receiver in the NFL, Justin Jefferson? Now, we all know Jefferson. He's awesome. He's the best receiver in the NFL. But an interesting nugget about him is in both of the Minnesota Vikings losses this season, Jefferson has been held to under 100 yards. And in both of those games, he went up against the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys, two teams who have top 10 secondaries in the NFL. You know who also has a top 10 secondary in the NFL? That's right, the New York Jets. We have the best cornerback trio in the NFL with Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed, and Michael Carter II. We have been able to lock up some of the league's best receivers this season. So I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to lock up Justin Jefferson, because that is something you can never guarantee. But I like the chances of us doing that. And another thing is, Minnesota's offensive line is bad. They've allowed 28 sacks a season and the most quarterback pressures with 100. If we're able to stop the passing attack, if we're able to lock up the receivers and the pressure is constantly getting to Kirk Cousins, he's not going to succeed. We all know Kirk Cousins does bad under pressure in his face and pressure from TV games and primetime games and all that. Kirk Cousins is not good under pressure. So if Quinnen Williams and the rest of this Jets defensive line, which is probably going to have Sheldon Rankins back this week, and the Minnesota Vikings offensive line probably isn't going to have their best lineman, Christian Darrisaw, this week, we should be able to bring pressure on Kirk Cousins. We should be able to lock this Minnesota wide receivers up, and we should be able to contain their passing attack. For those who are worried about Minnesota's run game, they don't really rely on it too much. They have the 8th worst run game in the entire NFL, and they have an average of 99 yards a game. So the run game is pretty much non-existent in Minnesota. And even if they do decide to run the ball a lot, which I don't think they will, the New York Jets defense is going to be able to stop them. The main question is, can we maintain Justin Jefferson? Yeah, the Cowboys and the Eagles did it. It's just he's been so hot lately, it's going to be hard to stop him. I mean, he played great against the Bills. He played great against the Patriots. I mean, it's hard to stop Justin Jefferson. Yeah, the Cowboys and the Eagles did it, but I'm I mean, I just don't want to guarantee. I don't want to say that the New York Jets are going to do this because, I mean, it's a very hard thing to guarantee. So I feel like he's able to have some success in this game. He's able to put some points on the board for the Minnesota Vikings, but in the end, I don't think it's going to be enough points to beat us. So what is my score prediction? And you guys might want to listen to this because last week I kind of predicted the score right. I said the Jets would beat the Chicago Bears 31-10. What do? Beat them 31-10. So this week I feel like the New York Jets are able to beat the Minnesota Vikings 27-23 in Minnesota. So what are you guys' thoughts on the video? What is you guys' thoughts on the game? Comment down below your score prediction. And I'm your host, Jude, signing off for now. See you guys later. Peace.